Okay, so continuing with 30 days of sharing ideas and inspiration from my experiences that I wrote about in my book, Heal My Voice, An Evolutionary Woman's Journey. Today is day 20. And the question that I'm offering as a reflection for you is, do you feel empowered? Now, you may have an immediate answer, yes, no. But take some time to just notice that in your life today. Do you feel empowered? What does that mean to you? And where do you notice it? Maybe in one moment you feel empowered and in the next you feel disempowered. The interesting thing about empowerment, and I've heard spiritual leaders say at some point that we can't empower people, that the power is already here. All right, and yes, your power is already within you. And I know that through having experiences of trauma, loss, grief, diminishment, that sometimes our light gets turned down and our power, our access to that power gets turned down. So I'm going to read, I'm actually going to read a page today from one of the stories. This was the second Heal My Voice project, and it was called Empowered Voices, True Stories by Awakened Women. In the spring of 2012, I was immersed in creating a safe space for 24 women who were writing powerful stories in the second Heal My Voice project, Empowered Voices, True Stories by Awakened Women. One vulnerable word at a time, these successful women were reclaiming hidden aspects of their own personal power while writing to heal a story in their lives. As I settled into my living room to fold laundry one cozy evening, I came upon a replay of an Alfred Hitchcock movie. All in black and white, the camera slowly zoomed in to focus on a husband cooking breakfast for his wife. They lived in a camping trailer, and you could see the wife sleeping in the bed next to the kitchen. As the camera followed the husband carrying a tray of eggs, toast, and coffee towards the bed, the wife began to yawn with cooing sounds of love and recognition and a soft, "Good morning" stretch. He leaned down, carefully balancing the tray and kissing her on the cheek. Nuzzling her with his lips, cheek to cheek, he snuggled up to her ear, whispering softly, "Hey, worthless." When I heard those two little words, I froze instantly with an unfolded bath towel in my hands, standing stock still in disbelief. What? Hey, worthless? Those words had been offered as a term of endearment and a declaration of love. If I wasn't so keenly aware of the power of words, I might have missed those two slippery units of language wedged between the kisses and breakfast food. It was subtle. "Hey, worthless" was spoken with the energy of love, affection, a smile, a soft touch, a stroke of the hair, and was accomplished by a tray full of nourishment. It may seem like I'm making a big deal about such a phrase, but the "hey, worthless" message exploded in my ears like a trumpet blast. While we could debate the genius of Hitchcock and his cleverly disguised insult, the blasting in my ears created a frozen state in my body. This was one of the ways women had been programmed to think they were worthless, less than, not enough, or wrong. This is how their voices were shut down. It began with one slippery, biting word at a time, demeaning, dishonoring, invalidating abuse, intermixed with food, shelter, belonging, and love. All right, I'm just going to read the last few sentences of this to complete it. Growing up, we received subtle messages. "Hey, clumsy. She's such a slob. Don't beat the boys at that game because they won't like you. You're too much, too loud, too intense. Lighten up. Have a sense of humor. Get over it. Don't be so serious. go along with the crowd. And underneath, as the subtle words were chipping away at our spirit and confidence, many of us were having our innocence violated, both physically and emotionally, with physical and verbal abuse. We were told that we had caused it and deserved it. It is no wonder that our voices were shut down and then we stopped speaking up for what we really believed in. No more. Do you hear that? No more. Women have something to say. It is time. We are visible and we are creating a wave of voices. I originally wrote this in 2012 when we were bringing the book to press with women who had written stories in Empowered Voices in the Heal My Voice project. But the couple of things that I want to really shine a light on today are, and which feels even more like, this is 6 years ago that women were talking in these small groups in secret Facebook groups. But the thing I want to shine a light on now is this normalizing of abuse. And the lighten up, don't make such a big deal out of it. There's a word that you've heard more and more, I would say, in the past 2 years, and that's gaslighting. If you haven't heard it, gaslighting is when you manipulate someone to gain power by means of questioning their own sanity. And if you Google gaslighting, there are some good articles in Psychology Today, and people are talking about it a lot more because of the political situation in the United States. So gaslighting, look at that in your own life. One of the things I've also learned about empowerment is that, yes, we have to claim our power. That is an individual process. But along the way, the reclaiming of my power has come when there's been even one person who said, I believe in you, or your voice matters, or even more basic, you matter. Wow, I remember the first time I heard that, it just brought tears to my eyes. You matter. And that's how low I felt. That's how dimmed my light was at that time. But even another word of, this is your time. And then those words, I believe in you, you matter, your voice matters, this is your time. And then take the next step, just knowing that there's someone else who sees you, who is witnessing you. And I will tell you, we all matter. Our voices all matter. So if there isn't someone in your life right now saying, I believe in you, just hear my words and feel them. I believe in you. You matter. Your voice matters. This is your time. So take the next step. It doesn't all come together at once. It comes from step after step after step. Yeah. The other thing that I want to share about this particular project of women was I want to shine a light on one of the women, Charlene Sansoni, who was ignited about supporting the women in the group to have their voices recorded. Now, we did read our stories out loud to each other, but she wanted to have those out in the world more. So Charlene took on the project as a pro bono project here to support each woman in reading her story and then putting them on an audio file, doing like a audiobook. And I share that for two reasons. One, thank you, Charlene, for your leadership in the group and how that really helped us all speak our story more than once, to share our words. And then the other thing is that how do I describe this? One of the things that was always so important with Heal My Voice and with all the writing projects is that, yes, I have been someone who's held the space, who's been the facilitator, the leader, it's like I've shown up almost every time on a call. But it's the being in community where each of our unique gifts begins to rise. And then we offer something. We share our voice. We're encouraged to do that. So whether you're in a group with a book circle or a small community or whatever, it's like cultivate the space so that everyone's voice can be heard. Sometimes the person who has the most wisdom in the room is the 5-year-old. So, no limitation on who is the leader in a group, in a community. Create space where every voice is cultivated in that way. All right. So today was day 20. Do you feel empowered? Take that question into your day today and just reflect on it. Where do you feel empowered? Where do you feel disempowered? Where is your voice encouraged? Where is your voice diminished? Do you feel empowered? Just notice, see what shows up. All right, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow for day 21. So much love. Mwah.